Jeez. This is going to be a good podcast. Where'd you come from?
Uh, Laurel by the Improv. By the Improv.
Oh, so
By
you're in
Melrose.
West Hollywood.
Yeah.
So not too far.
No. Yeah, I'm actually in Studio City, but I came down.
Oh, down like what, Crescent Heights or whatever.
Yeah.
Lower
School
Canyon.
drop off. Drop the kid off at school. Drop the dog off at the vet.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you again for making
Sure,
time.
no problem.
This is our podcast, Hollywood Tales. We have the one and only Dana Gould with
Hello.
us, and we just, we keep it simple. I just ask you some questions. I know a lot about you, but I did some more research on you, and
My apologies.
no, no, you have quite the resume, and also like upbringing. You were born in Hopedale, Massachusetts.
Yep.
And, I didn't realize this. Just like me, you're one of 6 children.
Oh yeah, where are you in the lineup?
I'm second.
Oh okay, I'm the
older
fifth.
sister. Oh, so really? Oh, you're
Yeah.
down there. Yeah. So it goes my older sister, me, 2 other sisters, a brother, and then another sister.
Oh yeah, no, we had 5 boys
Oh wow.
and then a girl.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Are your parents still together?
Well, yeah, no. My mom is. My parents are old. My dad's 92. My mom's 88 or 87.
Wow.
And but my mom lives in a nursing facility. She has
see.
dementia.
Oh, I'm
And
sorry to hear
And my
that.
dad. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's great. No, it certainly makes Christmas shopping easy. Did you like the diamond necklace? And
What diamond necklace? Right.
my dad is my dad. So they're together but apart. It's weird. I wonder what.
But they're still legally married.
Oh yeah.
Got
yeah.
it. Got
Yeah.
it. That's. I mean, and happily, I would imagine.
Mhm. Yeah. Well,
As much as they can. Yeah, as much as- My parents were married for 60 years, and my dad recently passed
Oh, my apologies.
during COVID. That's okay. We thought he was gonna die like years ago, and he just kept on.
Sure.
You know those people that just refuse to die.
My father. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
can't, as we were talking. My dad, 92, he had a stroke, a couple of weeks just before the holidays, and he went home before the doctor wanted him to go home, and it's
Now, does everybody? Do all the kids gather and like fly out or come home to?
I'm
check
the
in,
only
or
one
do
that
they-
doesn't live half an hour from the house.
Got it.
Everybody else still
They're all
lives
down.
there, and I went to the other side of the continent.
Do they ever?
Interesting.
Do they ever like guilt you for that? You're never around. You don't know what's going on. Nah.
No, we're not that close. But, we
happens
could pick
mildly.
each other out of a lineup, but
Right.
that's about the extent of it. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Riverside, California.
Oh, okay, so it's not that far.
Not too far.
Yeah.
But I have 4 sisters and then my brother. But my sisters are, they would always guilt me.
Yeah.
Whenever I would try to chime in on a family issue or whatever, you're never around, Mr. Hollywood, and who the fuck do you think you
Oh,
are coming
funny.
in and trying to? I'm just like, hey, I was just trying to, throw in my 2 cents. So.
No, we don't. We're not that close. We're Irish Catholic. We're just like here's a conversation. We're Irish Catholic. Here's a conversation I had with my dad once when I was 26.
Yeah. So you were an altar boy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was an altar boy. I mean, not that I'm about as religious as this table, but, but I was telling you this. This is the kind of emotional openness that I come from. When I was 26 years old, I finally said to my father, I looked him in the eye and I said, "Hey, Dad, I love you." And my dad said, "Hey, no problem." Okay, got it.
That was funny.
Thanks for not taking a swing at me.
Good talk, Dad.
Good talk.
Was he?
Good talk.
Good talk, Dad.
Yeah.
Was he? Like not abusive, but was he?
He was terrifying. He was not physically abusive because he would have killed us.
Yeah.
But he was a he was a. I used to do an old joke of mine, but it's like my dad has 2 emotions: rage and suppressed rage. Yeah, he was. He's a guy. He's a. And all
Yeah,
my
he looked like
brothers
a big guy in the
Yeah,
picture. you
and my
showed me.
brothers are all cops and prison guards and,
Oh,
and
wow.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
No, it's a genetic. My wife is like, I want to see a picture of your mailman because I don't believe you're genetically related to these people.
Yeah, I mean he looks tall.
No, he's not.
No?
He's not. My oldest brother's tall, but no, he's about 5. He's 5'10" maybe. Yeah. But just like, they hunt and
Right.
they're real men, not
Right.
like me. Soft, supple showbiz clown.
So I know, bro. The same. I mean, my siblings are not hunters, but yeah, I'm the sort of black sheep clown in my family.
Sure, I did a, and my dad never understood what I wanted to do for a living or why, and it was as long as it didn't cost him money, he didn't.
Yeah.
care. My dad's thing was like graduate high school and join the army.
Right.
I was like, have we met? And so, but years later, in the early, God no, like 2014, 20 years after I came out here, or 2015, I got cast in a TV series called Mob City, which only ran for a season, but it was a Frank Darabont's show after The Walking Dead. It starred John Bernthal, and it was about the LAPD mob squad in the 1940s. Mickey Cohen and all that stuff, film noir kind of TV series, really beautiful series.
And you played what on the show?
I was a detective, one of the LAPD mob squad, one of the detectives. And in the season, I got in a shootout, and I was shot the guy that shot me in the show,
Right, okay.
But my father, like that, finally resonated with my father. That was like, that was amazing, and how you got that shot off, I can't believe it. I mean, I was like, well, it's fake.
Was he, when you told him you were going to move to, get into show business and move to, because you were in San Francisco.
I went to San Francisco, and
was he upset? Like, you should be doing this?
I will tell you the quote.
Yes, I want to hear this one.
This is not me saying this. I'm just reporting. Leaving home, only kid to, go away. And I said, and I was leaving for the airport. And I said, my dad's parting words to me was, well, if you're thinking of coming home queer, don't come home.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad.
And it made me just want to be really queer.
Yeah. My dad said something similar.
Turbo queer. That's what I wanted. just to spite him. But I couldn't get the abs.
I had a feeling that you were going to say that because my dad said the same thing to me.
Yeah.
Differently, but I said, I'm moving to Hollywood to be an actor. And he goes, what are you, a gay? I said, a gay? There's no such thing. A gay. He's like, no, you're a gay. And then he, Hollywood is full of the gays and the cults and the this and that. I'm just like, you're true. Yeah. But I'm just going to go be an actor,
What's so funny is he had no problem with me being an altar boy in the Catholic Church.
Right.
Like, why don't you just put a bullseye on my ass?
By the way, Wolf Ramirez, who is our awesome producer, videographer, editor, creative, everything. We're here at Jam in the Van in West LA. With the one and only Dana Gould. Sure. Have you been here before?
Don't go to jaminthevan.com. It's not what you think.
It does sound like a porno site or something. Yeah. Jam in the Van.
One of the 11 non-porn websites on the internet. I didn't even think of that
until you said it. Now it kind of makes sense. First time here?
Yes. So, I used to work right up the street, though.
Oh, really?
I used to work at the Fox lot.
Oh, yeah.
On The Simpsons, I was.
That's right, which I want to get to in a second. But real quick, they do live everything here: live music, cooking segments, a lot of stand-up comedy during the pandemic.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, that makes sense.
But this is the next rehab center.
Oh, really?
And they went right back to what they know best.
Wow.
They drink and smoke and do
all
sorts of stuff in there. But yeah, it's a fun space. We should.
Wow, when was this a rehab center? Recently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
But it wasn't vacant before you guys got in here. There was a rehab center. Oh, interesting. Wow. I didn't know that. And then next door, there's a mosque, an Islamic mosque.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just in case need to.
I need to go in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm all good.
Well, you were an altar boy.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And yet nobody laid a finger on me. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Now, were you raised with? Were you religious?
My parents were super religious. My mom still is. My mom fears Allah God.
Yeah, they're
but they're not like radical, but they were strict on us. I went the other way. I don't practice. Like
me neither.
I drink, I gamble,
Sure,
I have sex. You know,
you're American.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was born there, but raised here. I came.
Where were you born?
In right outside of Cairo, Egypt.
Oh, okay, yeah, right there. Yeah.
And then my father immigrated here in 1970. The U.S. was giving out like a lottery of citizenship.
He got out just before the 7-Day War.
Yeah.
Lucky guy.
Oh no, he was there actually for that.
Oh, was
the
he?
6-Day War? You mean?
6-Day War. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was there for that. He got
I gave
out
an
right
extra
after.
day to clean up.
Ouch. Because I told you this is going to be a good one.
Was the 6-Day War in 70? I guess it was.
It was like, I want to say 69.
Yeah, 69.
It was right before he immigrated.
I know it was when Nixon was in office.
Right. And he came, him and my mom, my older sister and myself, I was a month old. We grew up in Riverside, California. Grew up like very Western and American.
Sure.
To the point where my dad kind of disowned me for a long time. Just because I wasn't, adhering to the culture.
It's a very an immigrant to see. I imagine it must be so strange because you couldn't think of two more radically different cultures.
Exactly.
But you're born in this culture.
Well, then put Islam on top of it.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm Egyptian. And come from like a really like third world part of Egypt,
right?
Farm-like land, and then add the Islamic aspect to it, which is very strict and driven that way. And then coming to America, and I'm trying to acclimate and be Western. Yeah. And my dad's like literally, he was. I wouldn't say he was abusive, but he wasn't afraid to throw a punch.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And it got like to the point where
but we are the first generation for that to be not cool. And there was I'm sure you heard this. There used to be just an expression like spare the rod, spoil the child, which means if you don't beat your kids, they're going to be messed up.
Absolutely.
And people would just, it's an expression. It has to be true. It's like, no, there are a lot of expressions that aren't true.
My dad, so there's 6 of us. My dad used to beat me, like straight up. Like if I did something out of line, it wasn't like a daily thing. I wouldn't come home in fear. But I knew when I would fuck up, if I snuck out of the house and got caught or something at school happened or whatever. And, he would, there was it was like, it was like a face-off.
My mother used to hit, I'm not like one-upping you. My mother had a board with a handle on it and that was the threat.
Like
I'll get the board. Like
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like about 18, 20 inches with a handle like a hobbit sword. Right. And she would whack us and she'd go, I'll get the board. I'll go get the board. So I know yes.
Yeah. So it was like that. But my younger brother,
I've known the love and care of parental bruising.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's I think it's it's a normal thing. My younger brother.
And the fact that we then made our living going into bars, begging strangers to love us, I don't think that means it sets you up for something negative.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did us a favor.
Yeah, hey, thanks. It paid for itself.
It paid for itself. Didn't have to go to school for that one. But my younger brother, who by the time he was a young adult, my dad was already aging. Like he was well into his mid 60s. So he didn't have the physical strength. Yeah,
he's not a threat anymore. Yeah.
Right. So my brother used to kind of like push him around and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was the end of the board. My brother Kevin, who's older than I am, my mother, he was 15 or 16 years old, and my mother came at him with the board, and he just took it out of her hand and said, "Did you want this?" And that was the end of the board. The end of it.
My dad, the last time he tried to hit me, it was something about my car. I was 16 years old. I had already grown. I was already 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I think I was a senior in high school. And he was yelling at me, and he's a short guy. And he was yelling at me, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And I just said, hey, man, get out of my face or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
And he went to kick me, and I grabbed his foot.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And I gave him that Clint Eastwood look don't ever touch me again.
Yeah.
And he was like sitting there dangling on one foot, staring at me, and I put his foot down. And he gave me that look like, I can't believe my son would disgrace me like this. But then he gave me another look like, but now you're a man.
Yeah. It's a new chapter. Yeah,
it was a new chapter. Like I'm not gonna fuck with him anymore. He can beat my ass. Basically.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I actually think that only now do I think I could take my dad. But there's only one way to be sure.
So you have a pretty. Let's let's fast forward here. You have
but
a
I'm
pretty,
not. You know why I'm. But I'm. This is my latest bugaboo. I'm a healthy person. We have really good genes. We have peasant genes.
You don't drink or smoke.
I don't drink and I don't smoke. But I'm not a health food person.
Right.
Like, you know, I love coffee all day and whatever. And my wife is a health food nut, and the one thing that I've learned from this is I just got remarried. I was married and divorced, and I got remarried. I never ask her when I'm out, can I get you anything? Because it's always
specific.
It's like, yeah, oh, good, yes. Don't go to Whole Foods. Go to Nature Well, but not the nature. Go to the Nature Well Annex. It's by the cargo hangar at the Van Nuys Airport. Ask for Paolo. I want a green apple smoothie.
You're like, let me take your order.
Yeah, but no, instead of a smoothie, I want the juice. And instead of green apple, just get dried kale root extract in a turmeric emulsion with magnesium milk oil spray. But if it has gluten, just get the ground avocado pit with the zinc powder dust distillation. I'd get it myself, but I just had some crow uterus tea, and now I have vertigo. You know, because that's the thing. These healthy
Did
people.
You say crow uterus?
Yes, because these. If you were casting a movie, and you had to get like a bunch of sick-looking people, like say you were having a movie set in a hospital and you needed a bunch of sick-looking people. Yeah. All you need to do is get any shift from Whole Foods. Right. Just get everybody there because. You work at Whole Foods, their hair is dry, their skin is bad, they always look like they're on the verge of passing out. It's like, where's the deli? Could you show me? I'd need to nap first.
Oh my God.
You know, whereas I can eat a Snickers, drink a Diet Coke,
right,
and do 10 jumping jacks and not jar my teeth loose.
Do you eat meat?
Yes.
Okay, you're not like vegan or anything.
No, I eat everything, but I just don't go nuts.
Who was doing a joke? Somebody was doing a joke about people that work at like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, how they look like they're always on drugs.
Yeah.
Like when you go to the checkout.
They're just starving.
They're just like, hi, nice to see you. What are you doing this week? Oh, these are awesome.
Yeah. But then they're mouthing, call the police.
And then you go to Ralph's and they're like, you want a bag?
Yeah. There was a guy named Jack Gallagher who was a comedian in Boston. It was.
Yeah, I know Jack. I know who he is. I know who he is.
Just brilliant. And because he was talking about the supermarket chain in Boston is called Stop and Shop. And he was like, when I was down south, and you know the grocery store, I'm doing Jack Gallagher's bit. He goes, but this is a bit from 1984. I don't think Jack will be mad. Because the grocery stores down south are called Piggly Wiggly. That was the grocery chain down south. Piggly Wiggly. It's so much better than Boston. Stop and Shop. Stop, shop, get out.
You so at 17 years old, you started performing at 17.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts or?
Yeah, in Boston at a
just at all the local
now
clubs?
legendary comedy club / Chinese restaurant called the Ding Ho.
And who was there during that? Wasn't
Lenny Clark was the host first night?
Was Barry Katz? Was he?
Sure, Barry Katz was there that first night.
Didn't he work the door there?
Barry Katz worked the door. I still remember his stand. I still remember his bits. I knew Barry very well back in the day. I mean, I still don't, but Barry was there the first night I did stand up. Brian Kiley, who's still here, was a writer on Conan for all those years.
Was Rogan there at the same time?
No, Rogan was much later.
After you.
Yeah, much later. Brian Kiley was there. Lenny Clark. Stephen Wright was a week away from his first Tonight Show when I did my first open mic. It was just like, Stephen Wright got the Tonight Show. Stephen Wright got the Tonight Show. And I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, he was one of my favorites back in the day. Still is. He won an Oscar.
Yes, he did for The Appointments of Dennis Jennings. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to open for Steve.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The greatest.
You're like
and Bobcat Goldthwait, who
that's right.
I literally just got off the phone with him.
Oh, nice.
About 4 minutes ago.
He got more into directing and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, we're working on a movie right now together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Weren't you guys doing a 2-man show?
We did a 2-man show, and we made a documentary about it called Joyride.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
And now we're we just started production, so I don't want to give too many details. But there's a film by a famous director that was never finished, and we found 2 reels of footage with no dialogue, with no soundtrack.
Oh, wow.
And we're finishing the movie and making a documentary about our efforts to finish the movie. And it's not a great movie.
No, but you're taking
There's
piece
a lot of
like
boobs in it.
Soft porn. Maybe?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
But it's from 1969, so it's that kind of,
69.
Yeah,
very,
exactly. Yeah,
very
convenient. A lot of boobs, bushes the size of a canned ham. It's a different era.
So you moved to LA at
89. I moved to San Francisco in the late 80s. And then moved to oddly because for stand up and because of my girlfriend lived there, just in stark defiance of my father's ideas. And then I moved. I always wanted to move to LA. I always wanted to live in LA. Planned to go to LA and moved here in '89.
And then you just started the audition circuit and started booking stuff.
No, I started auditioning. I didn't book shit.
Well, I mean, so walk people that are watching or listening, walk them through your journey as to how, because you have a shitload of credits. You were on the Ben Stiller show.
Yeah.
You were on Mad TV. You were on Seinfeld. You were on King of Queens.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to The Simpsons in a minute.
I've played myself on The Simpsons and Family Guy. I think that's my weird claim to fame.
But you went on to be a producer on The Simpsons.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah. I backed into writing. I thought when I started out, when I was a kid, I wanted to act in horror movies. That's it. I read Famous Monsters magazine and Starlog.
Is
and all
that what
stuff.
inspired you to want to get into show business?
Yeah.
Horror
But
movies.
it wasn't comedy. It was, I wanted to be in horror movies. I wanted to be in, I wanted to be Peter Cushing in The Horror of Dracula. I wanted to run up the stairs and chase Dracula with a stake in a ham. That was what I loved. That was my passion, horror movies. But I was funny, and then around high school, being in high school coincided with the explosion of the very first Saturday Night Live. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, the Blues Brothers, Steve Martin, all that late 70s comedy. I graduated high school in 82. So it was all of that. And that was like when I became a teenager, it was like where most guys really get into music, I really got into comedy. I had a huge record collection, but it was all stand-up. And so then I knew I can do this. I like doing this. I like being on stage. I had a lot of, I got right into it. 2 weeks out of high school, I did my first open mic. And loving stand-up comedy propelled me out of my hometown, to really get me out of my comfort zone.
Are they letting underage? You were a teenager, right?
Yeah, I was 17, but it was.
You were allowed to perform.
Yeah, because it was a restaurant. It was a restaurant, so I could get in, but I couldn't do some of the clubs because I wasn't of age yet.
Right.
And then I went to did it all through college, and that was always the goal. I never didn't from about 17 years old on. I never didn't want to be a stand-up comedian, but my thinking was, I'll become a. This is true, by the way, and I'm prefacing it with this is true because it's so stupid. If I become a really famous stand-up comedian, I'll become so famous that they will have to let me write a horror movie and then I can act in it.
Right.
It was the most bass-backwards way of becoming a writer. It was like, I want to be a pastry chef. And if I am elected to the United States Senate, they will have to let me bake anything I want. But I was fortunately very good at a young age. And then...
You're a great comedian.
And you're very kind. Thank you. And then it was, right place, right time. I moved to LA with and me and it's very important.
89 you're saying.
89, 99. Yeah, 89, 90, 91.
So you're like how old?
7, 6,
27, yeah.
5, 25, born in 64. But that time that I lived there, and then the people that I was hanging out with there at the time, Janine Garofalo, David Cross, David hadn't moved out there yet, but Janine, Bob Odenkirk, Kathy Griffin. We
They
sort
used
of
to call you guys the alt
comedy
crew.
Yeah, the alt comedy crew. Yeah, Kathy Griffin called us the posse. That's what it was called. But we started this kind of alt comedy scene, and alt comedy is just a name. But what it was is we were part of a scene. It's really important to it's like surfing. You caught a wave.
Exactly.
Caught a wave. Like Pearl Jam wouldn't be as successful as Pearl Jam is if they had come along in '97.
Right.
But they came along in the middle of a scene.
It was all timing. Yeah.
Right. So you catch that wave and you go, and that's and from that the Ben Stiller show happened, and it was just like I wasn't cast on the Ben Stiller show.
And you have an agent at this point?
Yeah,
or?
Yeah. I had an agent. Janine and I had the same agent, and but it was all 90% of everything I've done is something I wrote for myself to be in, something I did myself, or something my friend did and said, "Hey, do you want to do this?"
Want to do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you walk people through the
and that's
process
true of everything, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, man. Like 99% of my work,
you got to make
conjure it up.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the only way to do it.
My phone's not ringing off.
I'm not waiting for you to do it. Yeah, I'm not waiting for you to hand it to me. And I know a lot of people, I'm sure you do as well, that sat around because they were good and waited for their fame to be delivered, like from Postmates. And that ain't how it works.
I mean, for guys like me, and just I was really going against the wave, right? Like Middle Eastern Muslim. My name's Ahmed.
Yeah,
like,
I imagine in the early aughts that was really
it was tough. And I it's funny when you were telling me your story because mine was similar in a sense, in a parallel world. I always knew that I was funny and that I could do stand up. Like I would watch stand up and go, I could do that. But I had this intention on being taken seriously as an actor, as a dramatic actor. So I just went into theater like hardcore, and I was auditioning for stuff, and I made a great living playing terrorists. Like the terrorists in this movie or that movie.
Yeah.
There were big blockbuster movies, or like I was on JAG, or it was always like the terrorist, the cab driver, the sleazy Arab guy.
Yeah.
And I just got sick of it one day, and I asked my agents, "Hey, can I audition for like the doctor or the friend or whatever?" And they said, "Change your name," and I refused to. And they said, "Well, we can't submit you on any stuff that's
Arnold
non-Arab." I know. And I said, change your name to what? And they said, Rick. And I said, Rick Ahmed? That's not going to. So I said, no. I said, just call me if anything.
Just call Craig Davis.
Dana Gould.
Yeah.
I said, call me if something is non-Arab related.
Yeah.
And the phone stopped ringing.
Sure.
And I ran out of money. And then that's when I kind of went into stand-up comedy. I started waiting tables. And I was really good at waiting tables, and I made a lot of money.
Oh yeah, you can make a lot. Yeah,
just because I was making my customers.
Yeah, no, my wife was
that's what segued me.
A hostess at a restaurant, and that was, she said, that was some of the most money she's ever made.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was 24 years old. I was clocking like $75K a year.
Yeah.
3-4 nights a week.
Yeah,
like
people don't understand how lucrative.
If you're good at it, right? I was good at it, and that's what segued me into stand-up comedy. I had a woman one night, just kind of was like this weird messenger. She's like, "You need to be a stand-up." And she was sitting with all of her gay sons. She had like 5 gay sons with her. Old widowed woman. Their bill was like $2,000 and whatever. She gave me like $300 cash. That's for you. I'll tip everybody else out. And I was like, no, I can't take this. She's like, you need to be a comedian. I said, you think you know funny? And she goes, of course I do. Look at my sons. And they all started laughing. Oh, mother. And so I took that and I started stand up after that.
Wow. Where did you go? Were you like an improv?
The first,
because you were in LA, right? You're not in Riverside. Yeah.
I was working. The restaurant I was just talking about was called Twin Palms in Pasadena. Kevin Costner used to own it.
Okay.
And it was like a fine dining, rustic, like country French cuisine.
Right.
Indoor, outdoor. We'd flip 1,500 tables a night, or 1,500 seats. Excuse me. But when I did my first open mic, there's a place, I don't know if you remember, in the Valley on Ventura Boulevard called, what's it called? I can't remember the name of it.
A comedy club?
Yeah, it was like the only standalone comedy club in the Valley on Ventura Boulevard.
Boy, I'm trying to think. I know there was an improv in the Valley a long time ago.
It was called, what was it?
Ha-Ha's?
No. It was like deep down Ventura Boulevard. It was on the right side. It was a big club. They shut down just because they
Like Sherman Oaks?
Yeah.
Van Nuys that in?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll find it. I'll pull it up. Anyhow, I walked in there and did an open mic night in front of 40 comics and had a great set. And I was like, oh, I could do this.
And then your second set.
And then I bombed for like 2 years.
That's exactly the same thing. My first time on stage was one of the best sets of my life. Right. And then
because you're so excited and eager,
and then you just eat
off.
Concrete for 4 more years.
Yeah, I ate shit for a long time, and then I finally found my groove. They say like 7 years in, you kind of find your groove.
Yeah, it's about right.
7 to 8 years. Yeah. I found mine about 7 years in, and then I started getting like better and growing even more as I got older because I was getting away from the Middle Eastern Arab material and just doing. Hey, I'm 50. I'm in my 50s.
You're a human being.
Single. I like doing crowd work. I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. That's a challenge and a test for me. Your stand-up, and I know Bobby Ulrich.
Crowd work.
Well, you're a really great writer and a smart writer. Bobby Ulrich, who
God,
how'd you meet Bobby?
Genius.
This kid is like a beautiful mind.
Genius, yeah, he's genius.
Bobby Ulrich is a friend of ours that he's an up-and-coming comic and YouTuber, but he also knows how to clip videos for comics. Subtitle them and make them go viral.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's an art form in itself. It's an art form in itself. It's a full-time job, and you kind of need it.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge, I'm not a huge crazy draw. I have a fan base. I mean, I have a fan base. I have a fan base, but like I'm not doing theaters. I'm still doing clubs and unless I'm with Goldthwait and we do a two-hander. And it's just you have to stay current and you have to stay, and people don't go to HBO anymore for stand-up comedy specials. They go to YouTube and or TikTok or Instagram, TikTok, yeah. Right. And which I love as an old punk rock guy. Yeah. The DIY aspect of it. Sure. It's like I don't
do it yourself.
Yeah.
He's helped me out. Shout out to Bobby Ulrich.
But shout out to Bobby Ulrich.
He's helped me out quite a bit. He's helped a lot of comics.
Me too. Yeah, and especially because I have this other show called Hanging with Dr. Z. I don't know if you know about it. Yeah. It's kind of an old premise. It's what if Dr. Zaius from Planet of the Apes had a talk show in the 70s?
That's funny.
And we're getting ready to do our 3rd season of it on YouTube, and there's talk about moving it into something else. But
do you play the?
Yeah, you can look it up. It's pretty great.
Why did I miss that?
It's pretty great because it's
on YouTube.
It's exactly
what's it called again?
Hanging with Dr. Z. And it came from a sketch on the Ben Stiller show that we never made because we got canceled. But I was always obsessed with Planet of the Apes as a kid. And I ended up doing this thing as Dr. Zaius. It's a long story. I won't bore you with the details.
No, bore me.
But, I wrote a sketch for the Ben Stiller show called Planet of the Apes, the musical. And this was before The Simpsons did it. And it was just a commercial for a musical coming to town. And it was Planet of the Apes, the musical. Because Ben is also a big Planet of the Apes guy. And we thought it would be fun. But then because of our budget, it was like, well, you need to make 2 sketches for this set. So I thought, well, then the second sketch will be from the producers of Planet of the Apes, the musical, Dr. Zaius is Mark Twain tonight. And it would be Dr. Zaius performing Mark Twain tonight.
Bro, this is hilarious. Why did I not? Why did I miss this?
Well, yeah, blame Bobby Ulrich.
Who is Bobby going to clip some of these?
Yeah, no, he's on TikTok and he has his own Instagram, and Hanging with Dr. Z has its own.
And
Instagram,
you play him.
That's me, yeah, and that's me. But
where'd you get that?
The makeup. Well, that is not him. That is exactly what they did in the films, and that is done by.
So you have what
I have a guy, yeah.
And how long does that take to?
2.5 hours.
Jeez, really?
And an hour and a half out of it. It's done by KNB Effects that does The Walking Dead and pretty much everything now.
Bro, I have to watch. How many episodes do you have?
I don't know, 20 maybe? And then we're getting ready to do our third season. We're going.
That's genius. So what made you come up with this?
Well, I had done this Dr. Zayas as a character. I did Dr. Zayas doing Mark Twain Tonight at Sketchfest. Then somebody saw that and really liked it. And then I did the Mystery Science Theater telethon, and somebody saw that. And then I got a call from TCM, from Turner Classic Movies, and they said, hey, we're doing Planet of the Apes as a Fathom event, which is TCM is going to show Planet of the Apes in theaters across the country. We normally interview somebody from the movie beforehand, but we want to interview Dr. Zayas. And I said, yeah, that's great. Let's do it. And that was sort of where the character came from, of this he's an orangutan. Planet of the Apes was a movie that he made, but he's been in show business forever. And he's just a show business name drop, because I used to love it as a kid, like when you stay home from school and you'd watch like Merv Griffin or Mike Douglas and Orson Welles or these celebrities. I just love these celebrities that their world is just other celebrities, but it's just mundane stuff. I went to the hardware store with Alan Alda, and I bumped into Shirley MacLaine buying Lysol. And I go, don't buy Lysol, Shirley. I'll show you how to make it with hydrogen peroxide and
Name
sugar.
Droppers.
Yeah, I love that. And I just love that sort of character. So then when COVID came...
we were going to do a TV show about a guy who lived in a house, and that's all he did was just drop names.
Yeah.
But he would do it like, there was like a couple people sitting in the living room. He's reading the paper, drinking his coffee. Roommate number one. Hey, how was that party last night? Oh, man, it was wild. I pulled up. I went to the bar trying to get a drink. This woman looks over. She's bumping me. I look over at her. I'm like, oh, it's Julia.
Yeah, I love those people. Those people.
Roberts. Anyhow, I go to the bathroom to take a whiz, and I'm waiting in line to use the stall, and this guy comes in front of me, and I tapped him on the shoulder and said, excuse me, sir, I was in line. Turn around. It's fucking Bobby.
I love that.
De Niro. And they always, I have friends who do that, who they'll just say the first name, assuming that I'm going to know who the...
I actually heard this once, talking to somebody. Have you seen The Dark Knight yet? I haven't seen it yet, but I'm really happy for Chris. Okay. I just saw Citizen Kane. I have to call Orson.
Oh man,
but
I was watching Avengers, and I got to be honest, man. Mark is. He's on fire. Yeah,
I love, and that's that's what Dr. Z is, but it's all
that's funny. That's
old references.
I'm gonna binge watch these.
It's very fun. It's very dumb. I mean, and so
where do you shoot that?
That's all on a green screen. It's all a green screen soundstage, and this is what Rob Cohen, was a writer who I met on the Ben Stiller show. He was my office mate on the Ben Stiller show. We just became instant friends. And we've worked together on a million things. He directed Stand Against Evil, which was my show he's a director now, and we just worked together all the time. And it was the pandemic, and we were just bored out of our skulls. And Rob literally lives down the street, and he said, "What if we did Dr. Z as a talk show, and we did it like Space Ghost, where they're remote, so there's no COVID thing, and we could do it COVID safe
and just edit it all together."
Yeah, and then the other theory was, what would cost a small fortune of our own money and put us at risk of being sued by Disney? I've got it. And so we did it. We just called our friends, and the first season had Steven Weber, Janet Varney, David Koechner.
I saw that.
We have some our sort of famous friends, and
what's his name? Curb Your Enthusiasm. George.
Jeff Garland.
Jeff Garland.
Yeah. So just some our old friends, and it really caught on. And what was interesting about it was, this is just how things sort of fall together. We were doing the first episode, and Janet Varney, who runs SF Sketchfest, she's a brilliant improviser. She was the star of Stand Against Evil, which was my series on IFC. And I said, she was the first guest, and I wanted her to be the first guest because she's so fast on her feet. And I said, basically, the premise of the show is it's between two ferns, but I'm an ape. That's it. She goes, great. And so we started doing it, but we were doing it like Between Two Ferns, which was very passive aggressive and sort of negging each other.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel right because I can't do that. It's not my personality.
It's not your forte,
yeah. And so I literally just stopped it and I said, this isn't working. And again, like, thank God Janet was the guest. And then Rob just wrote on a big whiteboard right out of my eye line, just wrote Sammy. Because that's what it is. It's Sammy Davis. It's not negative. It's like every guest is the greatest guest he's ever had. Every person he meets is his best friend. And it was like, I can't, like, there's one, Dave Foley was the guest. And I said, Dave, I can't do it without you. If I wake up in the morning and I need vitamin D, AVE, Foley. That's what and it just became ridiculous. And I was like, I've had a lot of guests on this show. I'd kill every one of them in the street if it meant I could have you back one more time. But not only was it funny, but it was also because it was the pandemic. It was 2020.
And you said you're shooting this where?
In the valley.
Like
I'm sure
in a
studio? Yeah, I'm sure we're the only non-porn production in that facility. We were the driest production in that facility. But what was also great about it was because it was doing it such a kind of plangent. It was like just pandemic and Trump, and it was just so negative, and that it was just like it was beautifully stupid. It was positive.
I can't wait to watch it.
It was, and it always is. It's like positive. It's not insulty or anything. It's just really silly and dumb. It's like smart, silly. It's my favorite. Like that's my favorite thing. Like Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of my favorite comedy movies. It's incredibly silly but really smart. Like you have to be right. But I can't do that. But I can do it as Dr. Z, which is really fun. So I really enjoy doing that. And Bob Ulrich, to close the circle, has quadrupled the awareness of the show.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because as Andy Kindler says about the stuff that I do, my target audience is men my age who are me. I just do what I like and hope people enjoy it. I've never chased the audience.
No, your work is brilliant, and you have so many awesome credits and diverse credits too. When you worked on King of Queens, was Rob Schiller the director? Do you know Rob Schiller?
Gosh, I know the name, but I don't know. I know Michael Whitehorn was there.
He directed a bunch of episodes of Sullivan and Son, which was the show I was on.
Right.
Which is actually how I met you when we did the Bob and Tom show in Indiana.
That's right.
Remember we sat around there for
yes, I do.
2 hours.
I was at the Comedy Attic, and you were at the other. Yeah.
Yeah, me, Steve Byrne, Roy Wood Jr., and Owen Benjamin. And,
I love that. And
I remember
those guys are great. They're big monster nerds too. Bob is a big monster nerd too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are great, and their reach is incredible. And
incredible.
Who came in after you or before you? Oh, Jim Gaffigan. I think came in like right. Yeah. Maybe you were on together, but that's how we met. And so I just want to dig into this really quick.
And you're still out on the road, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have an agent or a manager, so I do it all myself. A lot of people think that I have representation, but I'm one of those guys who I'll call the clubs all day long until somebody says yes.
I have a really great stand-up agent. I really works really hard, and I really appreciate it. But also,
it helps.
I can't go. I mean, I'm very lucky, knock wood. I can't go out that much. I'm really busy. I mean, most of the stuff that I'm doing, like right now I have 5 things going on.
Good.
None of them pay. They're all my own things.
Well, yeah, but you bet on all the horses.
Right, but they lead. But so it's like, can you go out to No, I can't. Like Goldthwait and I are on this project. We're going to New York in 2 weeks, and then we're going to.
You should say, "Hey, I know this guy named Ahmed who doesn't have." He'll do it.
You know I'm sure you know my agent, Silvio Lund.
Sylvia?
He's at WME. He's great.
I probably know him. He's
great.
Face.
Sylvia, you know what I like about him? He used to work for the Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he's not effing around.
Right. You can curse on this podcast. Let's get into the Simpsons, and then I want to just talk about
OJ. Well, I don't think he did it. I think her head just did that.
Ew.
That's an old joke. That's not my joke. That's
Talk about horror movies.
Jake Hogan wrote that. Jake Hogan wrote that joke. It's one of my favorite jokes. Jake Hogan wrote this joke about the Kennedy assassination. You know how many shooters there were on the grassy knoll? None. His head just did that. That's Jake Hogan. That's not me. Jake Hogan, the Simpsons writer. Perfect.
So Simpsons, you got cast on the show to do a voice. And then that spun into producing.
That's not what happened.
Let's get into that.
I was back in the day of the alt comedy, the heyday of alt comedy. There was a show called Uncabaret, which was every Sunday night at Luna Park in West Hollywood.
I remember Luna Park.
Yeah, and that was a big hipster thing.
That was a great venue.
Great venue, like from 94 to 98. Sunday night, Uncabaret was the place to be. And I performed there a lot. And George Meyer used to go there a lot. George Meyer was on The Simpsons from, I think, day one. Went there a lot and was a fan of mine. And he knew my wife because my wife was his agent, my first wife. So I had done a bunch of stuff, and I had done pilots and gotten deals and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then I decided to write a pilot for myself instead of just working with another writer. I wanted to write a pilot for myself, and I did, and it got made. It didn't go to with Jake Hogan, and it didn't go to series, but I really enjoyed the writing process. And right at that time, I was getting married. My wife and I had just bought a house, and I'd been on the road doing stand-up since I was, 18, 17. And now I'm in my early 30s. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind I like being a writer. I like the idea. It was like, suddenly it was like, hey, you want to be an adult? And so...
You want to pay your bills regularly?
Yeah. And so George said to Sue, do you think... I hear Dana's writing, and she goes, "Yeah, I wrote a pilot, and now he's writing on this other show. I got a job on a series for a season called Stark Raving Mad with Neil Patrick Harris and Tony Shalhoub." And then brilliant. And then that got canceled, and I was thinking of something to do, and I got this offer because of George, would you like to come into The Simpsons a day a week and just punch up jokes? And I was like, yeah, and I was so dumb. I was like, well, I can't do it. I can only do it Monday or Tuesday because I go on the road, right. But they're like, okay.
Was the money good at least?
Yes. Still, it was like what I would make on the road, But they,
one day a week.
But they were like, sure, Tuesdays. Want to do Tuesdays? Great. So for like 4 or 5 months, every Tuesdays, I go into The Simpsons. And now literally, it's like I own a house. I'm paying a mortgage. And I'm getting married in a month, and I'm at The Simpsons, and Mike Scully, who ran the show, comes in and says, "Hey, I think your contract is up." And I was like, "Oh crap!" And I was literally gathering my stuff, and he just said, "You want to just come in every day?" I said, "Yeah." And he went, "Oh, I'll call your agent." And then he started to walk out the room and turned back and he went, "Sucker." and then I was there for 7, 8 years.
And then that snowballed into you coming on as a producer.
Well, I always did the same thing. I wrote, but the WGA has these titles that indicate your level at the show. Right. But my last day at the show, I did the same thing I did my first day at the show.
You're always writing.
Sat at the table thinking up jokes and thinking up stories.
And what's the writer's room like at the Simpsons office?
Well, there's 2 of them. There's 2 rooms because the way the show runs like a factory, and it's Henry Ford. There's different stages of production, and every script gets combed through 7 or 8 times. They really go through those scripts with a microscope, and that's why the show is good.
Yeah,
and
show's great.
And it's coming up with stories, beating out stories, writing outlines, writing drafts.
Would you guys ever hit a wall and just be like, let's take a break? Let's go have lunch. Come back.
You hit a wall and you grind.
You muscle through it.
Yeah, you grind, and Yeah, and I remember one, and it was also I learned how to write. I was in a room every day with like 10 or 12 of the smartest, funniest people I've known. And I remember once again, George Meyer was just brilliant. Everybody on the show was great. But there was a night where there's like 6 or 8 of us in this room, and we're trying to come up with this thing where Homer fell off a roof, and he bounced off an awning, and then another awning, and a flagpole, and we didn't know how to end it. It's called that's called a Rube Goldberg. It's a bing, 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 bing. And we didn't know how to end it. And they had done a lot of other ones in the past with very clever endings, and we're just sitting there, we can't think of how to end it. And
I think I remember this episode.
Well, there was one that they've done already, which is a truck carrying corn lands on a truck carrying corn. The truck crashes, catches on fire, and popcorn happens.
Okay.
So we'd already done that, so we couldn't do that. And we're sitting there, and we're all just staring at the ceiling. And George has a very high bar, and he's like, no, like an hour, and we're just pitching no. And George is getting angrier and angrier. And at one point, and George was one of my best friends, and I pitched something, and he just looked at me, and he would go, and he just went, yawn. Yeah, like they don't laugh politely there. It's like, you're good,
right?
You know you're good.
Right.
We're not gonna kiss your ass.
Would you guys butt heads in the room ever? Or
yeah,
was
but
it more like,
oh yeah, sure. You'd be. I remember again George saying once, very angrily to the room, "Look, nobody wants cargo pants in this punchline more than me." I actually wrote that on the board, and it stayed up there. So we're trying to find an ending to this joke, and then the other room lets out, and the other room they're like, "You guys are still here?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're trying to solve this thing." And one by one, everybody in the other room sits down. And
but what's happening in the other room?
Well, they were working on another episode at a different stage of production.
I see.
This one probably has an animatic already done, and they're correcting the animatic. So now the whole staff is in this room.
And how many writers is that?
It's 14. And so finally, George, after like 2 hours, just goes, fine. Homer lands in a dump truck full of marshmallow fluff, and he sighs with relief. And then after he sighs with relief, a bunch of scorpions come out of the fluff and start stinging him.
I don't remember that episode.
And that was it. No, I think it got cut. But the fact is, it's like just frustrated. Sure. George came up with something that I wouldn't have come up with if you put a gun in my mouth. Like it was so great. And that was thrilling to be in a room with people that are that good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, what a great credit to have too.
And you met everybody. I met everybody. I put Elvis Costello in an episode so I could meet him. Met Stephen Hawking twice.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of famous guest star, guest voices.
9 times out of 10, it was just because we wanted to meet him.
Yeah,
it's really true.
Get Sylvester Stallone in here.
We did. John Bon Jovi said, "We got a thing. John Bon Jovi wants to be on the show." Okay, so we put him in a thing, and we send the script, and they come back and he goes, "Well, he says it sounds like you're making fun of him." And we're like,
that's the whole point.
Like, has he seen the show? It's like George Lucas let us make fun of him. Can John Bon Jovi?
Who's your most famous guest voice or star on the show?
Well, I mean, Stephen Hawking. I mean, if you want to look at the arc of human history, I was really excited. The people that I was excited to meet. I mean, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards, but I didn't meet them. Elvis Costello for me was in Adam West, who I'd worked with before on something with Rob, and Adam Batman. I grew up watching Batman.
Yeah.
And you meet Adam West, and it's like meeting Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But here's the great thing. Adam West is exactly who you want him to be. God rest his soul. Couldn't be a nicer person. Knows exactly who he is. And he's funny. So we're recording him, and he's in the episode. Krusty the Clown was a Batman villain, and they're watching it on TV, and so he's doing the voice, and we get all the dialogue, and we said, okay, Adam, we just need You've been tied. Krusty has tied you up, and we just need you grunting and struggling in vain. Just noises like you're struggling in vain. He goes, okay. And then they roll in. He goes, struggling in vain. And we were all just like, we didn't come up with that. He came up with that. And our jaw, and we're just like, we are not worthy.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and he's just a delight. And then I went to see like a celebrity autograph show, like those conventions, and he was at a table, and I saw him, and I wanted to go say hi. And on my way, I'm like, okay, he doesn't know who I am. He won't remember who I am. He meets a billion people. But I'll just tell him where I was going to say, I'll be really cool. And he looks up and he sees me coming, and I was with Rob Cohen, who also worked with him before. And he goes, here comes trouble. How are you, geniuses? And we were levitating. Like, we were like, I mean, you can meet Keith Richards. I want to meet Adam West.
You geeked out on him. I love it.
Oh, man. But again, it's so great when you meet these people. And I got to say, like, most of the people that I met are great. Mel Brooks is also somebody that Mel Brooks is exactly who you want him to be.
Sure.
George Carlin was as funny as George Carlin was. He was a nicer human being, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, I met him really briefly one night. He was super cool.
Super cool. If you were a comic, you were cool. It's like we're all plumbers,
What we need to wrap it up here, but I just want to ask, what's coming up for you? Where can people find you, see you live?
I'm Dana Gould on most stuff. I'm doing a bunch of crap that'll come out in a year, but the big thing is Hanging with Dr. Z. Check it out.
Yeah, definitely check that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna binge watch it tonight.
It's really funny. It's really stupid, and we're doing more. And it's my favorite thing that I'm doing.
It looks fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
Any tour dates coming up?
Yeah, I'm DanaGould.com has them all. I'll be in Vermont at the Vermont Comedy Club first weekend in February. I'm going to be at SF Sketch Fest.
Okay.
And end of January, I'm hosting a roast of Bruce Campbell, another guy. The next right in there, right in the Adam West pocket. Yeah. Bruce Campbell, exactly who you want him to be. Couldn't be a nicer guy. Greatest guy in the world. Really excited about working with Bruce and doing a live stage reading of "I Married a Monster from Outer Space" with some really brilliant people. That's nice. All at SF Sketch Fest, and then I'm out on the road. I'm going to the Comedy Attic in Bloomington. Places I go.
All right, one last thing, and then we'll wrap it up in a couple minutes. Give us your best, funniest, dirtiest, craziest Hollywood tale.
Oh gosh!
And I know you have thousands of them.
Yeah,
but the one that sticks out the most.
Hollywood tale. Let me think about it because I was so not thinking about that.
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen in Hollywood.
Okay, then
it could be anywhere.
Then I have it.
Okay.
I have it.
I can't wait for this one.
This took place in 1988, and it's important to stress that I was single. I was performing in Las Vegas at the Improv at the Riviera Hotel, which at the time was managed by Steve Sciarippa, who then went on to be in the cast of The Sopranos.
That's right.
Yes, this is before The Sopranos. And Steve Sciarippa, unrelated to the events of this story, banned me from the Riviera Hotel.
What did you do?
I was just bored, and I was the last show, and I went on stage with my underwear on the outside of my pants, but never commented on it. And he found that disrespectful.
The fact that you never even addressed it.
That was the whole point. That was the whole point.
And he banned you because of that?
You disrespected me. You disrespected the Riviera Hotel. I don't want to ever see you back. And I'm like, yeah, that was the point. I don't want to come back. That's why I did it. But long story. So I'm on stage at the Riviera Hotel. I stay in the Riviera Hotel. So I walk off stage, and I'm walking back to my room, and this woman comes up, very pretty woman, a little bit older than I am. I'm in my 20s. She's in like her early 30s. And she's like, "Oh, you're really funny." And I went, "Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much." And then she's walking down the corridor of the hotel, just slides her hand down the back of my pants and grabs my behind. And I went, "Oh." And she just walks with me, and I go in my room, and she just walks in the room with me and shuts the door. And within seconds, we were in a flagrant electi. And I was really dirty, but I'm lying down, and she is sitting on top of me as I lie down. So you have to see my perspective of this, looking up at her. And she goes, "Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I just got back with my husband." And suddenly I go, "Where's your husband?" She goes, "He's back in the club."
Whoa.
Get out of here in 4 more minutes. Yeah, it was, and then she I don't know whatever happened.
Like kick her out of the room, or
6 minutes later
after you were done?
Yeah, it's like, this is on you, but it was just like, it was, and she left, and I was like, did that happen?
That could have been an episode of Dateline NBC.
Yeah,
they were a nice couple who attended a comedy
but it was
show.
also like, what's your husband doing? He's here for the Bullet Convention, or like he's a martial arts expert. I didn't want to know, but it was just like, and then I just, yeah, I should have asked if she was married, but it was things. I never drank or did drugs, so those are my only stories. But that happened.
That's funny.
Both
stories are funny. Getting banned, but the underwear on top of the pants is fucking
the best. Rob Cohen was. You should have Rob on.
I'd love to.
He was a delivery guy for Greenblatt's, next to the Laugh Factory.
Yep, I remember Greenblatt's.
His stories are insane.
I can imagine.
Just
he's delivering shit to all the
Hollywood
celebrities.
Hills? Yeah. Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Please give me his contact.
Yeah,
I'd love
I
to
will.
have him on.
Yeah. Nuts.
Well, dude, it's been an honor. Dana Gould, everybody. Go to danagould.com. Check out his tour dates. Can't wait to see your projects coming out in a year.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch that
Hanging with Dr. Z.
Hanging with Dr. Z on YouTube. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Hey, man, great to see you.
You're a really talented, nice guy.
Same.
Yeah, thank you so much.